Gemini, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for November 23rd to the 29th. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology, which you can find more about down below. All right, Gemini, so a very busy week in the astrology, very important week, in fact, in the second half of November. We have a full moon in Taurus here on Wednesday, activating your 12th house. We still have that Saturn squaring up to Neptune energy. In fact, the Sun and Mercury are going to be conjoining up to Saturn, emphasizing that in the more mundane aspects of things. And Chiron going station direct, the Sun going into Scorpio, Venus opposite Uranus, so a lot going on. So let's go ahead and break it down in terms of the most fundamental and most important aspects of the week. One is this full moon in your 12th house. So as you approach Wednesday, there is this awareness of what's really meaningful to you on a deep level. The 12th house is everything about the subconscious, the unconscious, how we can have more spiritual time out, more of a connection to all that is, more of a connection to God, and go with the flow and have that faith and trust in the process. So sometimes it really does unveil and bring to the surface a lot of deep things because it is that 12th house. But the more open we are to seeing, the more open we are to reflecting and meditating without judging and having to have it all figured out, the easier it is. So it's a great time to have that inner awareness, and then through that, channeling that into the other areas of life. So that's going to be a high point. Now, this aspect is going to be trining up to Mars, which is nice. In fact, Mars is a very supportive energy this week. So it could be a very energetic full moon. There could be a lot of motivation, a lot of confidence perhaps, which is good, and channeling that into these long-term constructive things, which are uncertain right now for you. You know, the daily stuff, your health, your diet, your routine is under this strict Saturn time period for you right now to really master your health, your diet, the daily activities, your work, your crafts. And all of that's perhaps under uncertainty right now. You know, the works may be under uncertainty and those kinds of things, maybe even the health. And that's been the square up to Neptune. So even with this full moon, because the full moon will be squaring up to Neptune, you know, it's so important to bring in this constructive energy from Saturn into the life path, into perhaps studying things like philosophy, spirituality, opening your horizons, you know, whether it's through, you know, sometimes through travel, through connecting to nature, but taking it seriously and really constructively working on it, because again, that's the area of uncertainty as well, is where's the life taking us? Where's the path? You know, these kinds of things, which is Neptune there. So if you're feeling that doubt, confusion with that, it's needing that Saturn. And likewise, if you're feeling too much of that Saturn hard work and discipline, maybe there is some, you know, more of an ebb and flow needed, or more presence needed in the daily spheres, as well as faith and trust when it comes to where the life path is taking us. So that's going to be a very strong emphasis of the week. That aspect's going to go exact on Thursday. And the beginning of the week starts to sort of paint that picture. Here on Monday and Tuesday, Venus opposes up to Uranus. So here there's this balance needed between the home life and the career life. And it could feel like maybe something sudden, something unexpected in the career front or in the public front of things, needing to sort of, you know, just kind of pause for a second. It could be exciting, you know, it could be a surprise or something like that. But it's important to, you know, take it slow, keep it rooted, come from that emotional body, which is Venus in that 4th house, because, you know, it's an important time for you to be connecting to your home, connecting to family, connecting to your roots with all of this energy down here at the bottom of your chart. So keep it nice and grounded, but nonetheless could be exciting. And this could also be involving your self-expression, as well as anything involving that rest and relaxation that might be needed, or spiritual stuff, maybe even subconscious stuff, maybe coming to the surface to really connect to, you know, which is what Venus is really about, and to have more freedom with. You know, these are sometimes things that we're bound to, you know, we're bound to. So if it's anything bound around home, anything bound around career, with your self-expression, with the unconscious stuff, it's important to break free of that, but take it nice and slow, right? Because it's an opposition. So that's going to be these first couple days, as well as Mars sextiling up to that Saturn. And again, Mars is just very well placed. So here, a nice slow and steady approach, a patient approach to the week, which is good. So to bring into that routine, time management, energy management, whatever, you've got the wherewithal, you've got the energy of Mars at your side with that. So that's going to be this first part, and then we do have that full moon on Wednesday, and at the same time as that full moon, Mercury goes over Saturn. So the seriousness really comes into the thinking. The seriousness really comes into the perception of things. And this is, of course, your ruler too, so it's very important this week, especially this middle part, to take it nice and slow, Take it steady. Don't see things worse than how they actually are, or more than how they actually are. Just be willing to really work at it constructively. Okay, that's what Saturn is showing us during these time periods. So with that, then it does become very constructive. And if there is uncertainty of the mind, if you're just feeling confused and that sort of thing, again, first of all, know that it's temporary. Second of all, have that constructive approach. And I would say third, faith and trust can really go a long ways. This is a very deep, very, spiritual week for you guys. So an awareness, a simple awareness is really a key to a lot of this. And this early part of the week, the sun does go into Scorpio. Okay, so it's in your 6th house. So here I think the focus is just going to shift to, is your routine meaningful? Is it deep? What are you doing on a daily basis? Does it mean something? These are all the kinds of questions that I think are great to ask with this sort of configuration. Okay. So, but still working, slowly at it. And then, of course, Thursday we have that exact position. And then Chiron goes station direct this weekend, and that's going to be in your 9th house. So there is healing taking place involving the life path. Where are we going? Where are we headed? Although Neptune's there, Chiron is bringing stuff to the surface to be healed. And so there could certainly be a rejuvenation process this weekend involving that healing. And then the sun does go over Saturn over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So there is that seriousness in terms of what we're focused on, uncertainty about what we're focused on. And for you, the sun rules your 3rd house. So the communications, keep it nice and grounded, keep the correspondence nice and slow over the weekend. And I think you'll find that quite good. Also the home and family stuff with Mercury. Mercury rules your 4th house, so patience with that also. So it's activating a lot of different areas of life, but one thing I would say to really sum this up is to have that awareness, to be willing to see what's going on, within yourself in the spiritual sense, to have that meditative approach, maybe literally meditating or doing things that get you into that present state, as well as taking it slow, not seeing things for more than how they are, being patient and constructive if you are feeling that confusion and doubt in terms of how things are unfolding, because it's always for the best, especially with Neptune. It's all about showing us the importance of that there's a bigger picture at work here. There's a larger, flow, and here it's about aligning to that. All right, Gemini, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.